All right, how's it going, guys? GN here with another episode of Funker Tactical. This is a longer video, but a very, very important video for gun owners and knife owners. Find out which states are the absolute worst to be a knife owner. Find out which states are the best. Find out what's happening in New York, New Hampshire, Arizona, New Jersey. Find out what's happening in Australia and what's slowly happening in Canada. Very, very important message. Hopefully you guys see through the entire thing, and if you do, please comment below and let us know about what knife laws are like in your city, in your town, your state, your province, and in your country. Let us know if they're founded in logic or if they're completely illogical. The most important thing is that you communicate with us, we hear back from you, because you never know who reads these things. So without further ado, please enjoy the video. Talk to you guys later. GN here. I'm out.
Knife Rights is the grassroots advocacy organization for knife owners. One way to think of it is we're the NRA for knife owners. We're the proactive advocates who are rewriting knife law in America.
Why is such a thing needed?
Over the past 100 years, the knife laws have been going in the wrong direction. They've become more restrictive, more kinds of knives have been outlawed, and our goal is to reverse that trend, and we've done that. In 5 years, we've passed 16 bills in 13 states, each one of which makes freedom better for Americans. They can own the knives they want, they can carry the knives they want, and we're going to take that to the rest of the United States.
Are knife rights under attack today?
Knife rights have been under attack for decades, and for a long time we were on defense. It was all about stopping things from getting worse. Now we're on offense. You can't win on defense, you can win on offense. Now we are getting rid of bad knife laws. We're getting rid of irrational knife laws. We're getting rid of knife laws that make no sense, don't do anything to stop any crime. People should be prosecuted for doing criminal things, not for carrying a tool in their pocket. Over the last 5 years, we've gotten rid of knife bans, switchblade bans, length bans, dirk daggers and stiletto bans in 8 states. We've passed knife law preemption in 8 other states. That's so that state law preempts all local laws, so it gets rid of all the local restrictions. So simply crossing a city line does not mean you're breaking a law because of the knife in your pocket. The law is the same everywhere in the state.
The question is, why should an NRA supporter or the average American support what it is that you're trying to do?
Okay, so Knife Rights is just like the NRA. The only difference is 5 million members. Knife Rights is the second front in the defense of our Second Amendment. The Second Amendment doesn't say guns, it doesn't say firearms, it says arms. Knives are certainly arms. Knives are tools that are used every day by millions of Americans at home, at work, at recreation, and occasionally they're used as an arm to protect their lives. Knives are the second front in the defense of our Second Amendment.
Which state has, in your opinion, the worst knife laws?
The state I would consider the worst for knife laws is New Jersey, because New Jersey's knife laws, their restrictions are all felonies. So if you break one of their knife laws, it's a whole lot worse than anywhere else where it's just a misdemeanor. You go to jail, you lose your gun rights, you lose your voting rights, you lose all your rights simply for carrying the wrong knife. And that is absolutely absurd and unacceptable. The first state to pass knife law preemption and where there are no illegal knives was Arizona, followed by New Hampshire, Kansas, Alaska, Oklahoma. You know, we are progressing through the 50 states so that eventually all Americans will be able to carry any knife they want, anywhere they want. Knives are a tool. Tools should not be illegal. Criminal activity should be illegal. Let's not make an inanimate object illegal. Let's make the use of that inanimate object in a criminal manner illegal. And that's the way it should be. Knife Rights offers the best return on your investment if you're a knife owner, because we are ensuring you're going to be able to continue to own, carry, and use the knives you choose, not what the government chooses for you.
Wow! In the state of Texas, the most gun-totingest place in the world, they're coming after pocket knives and they're trying to make that even illegal? And I don't know about the certain lengths of them, but I'm just saying, you know, they want to come after that. So I think Doug actually can go a little bit more into the detail of how that law works. But it just really disheartened me when I heard about that, because I'm like, that's why I live here.
Let's ask him.
So, hey Doug, I have a question about the HB 3884. Explain how all that worked out for Texas. Give more detail.
Unfortunately, 3884 didn't work out for Texas this year. The good news is we did get HB 905 passed, which was preemption, which is arguably the more important of the two bills. But unfortunately, HB 3884, which would have gotten rid of their ban on the carry of Bowie knives, on the 5-inch limit, and on the ban on double-edged blades, that got tied up in some political wrangling that had nothing to do with us, and we were like collateral damage. And unfortunately, since Texas only meets every 2 years, it's going to be another 2 years before we can fix it. But we did get switchblades legal 2 years ago.
Okay.
We got preemption passed this year, which got rid of all the local bans, like San Antonio's ban on locking folders. And we'll come back and we'll finish it in 2 years. We never give up until the job is done. That's part of our secret.
That's good. And one thing I had a question about is like just pocket knives in general. I mean, are they trying to even come after that? I mean,
certainly. I mean, look at New York City. New York City has had 60,000 prosecutions for simply carrying a pocket knife in the last 10 years.
Yep.
It is for carrying a pocket knife.
Yep.
Okay? That's 60,000. Okay? And that's not me counting. That's the Village Voice, which is not exactly a conservative newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay? They have abused the state definition of a gravity knife to include any knife that they say they can wrist flick open and that locks.
Yeah.
We are fighting that with a civil rights lawsuit in federal court that's now going on 4 years, and it may go on a few more years.
Yeah.
But that is the sort of abuse of our civil rights that we won't stand for and that we're fighting for. It's not just legislation. It's also litigation.
Yep.
It's also standing up to DAs and prosecutors and police who are trying to abuse the civil rights of individuals.
Kind of reminds me of DA Vance in New York.
That is
And
DA
especially
Vance in New York.
It's that wave feature is illegal to have, and guys, this is the patented Emerson wave feature is actually legal to carry in Manhattan. Outside of Manhattan, you can carry it, but inside Manhattan, you can't. And that's
What's the logic behind that?
I don't think there is any. I don't think there is any logic.
The word logic and knife law are oxymorons because there is no rational reason for any of these knife restrictions. Because the knife doesn't do any harm to anyone.
That's right.
It's the criminal who uses a knife illegally.
Yep.
A knife is just a tool. A knife is an inanimate object.
Yep.
There's nothing inherently criminal or scary about an inanimate object.
Yep. Well, I fully agree. I mean, that's the main reason why I really wanted to get this thing pulled together. I mean, for me, my main concern, and I've seen it happen in Australia, I mean, 4.5 years, I think it was about 4.5 years ago, they passed a notch-assisted law. And that notch-assisted law is what this is, where anything that assists the opening with one-handed deployment is considered illegal throughout the whole country. And as of April 1st of this year, they made this illegal in Canada. Now we cannot ship to Canada. And I mean, even you, Paulo, you're in Canada. And this really makes it very difficult. I mean, and I want to be able to service my customer, and I can't do it. And guys, I don't know how soon or how long it's going to take, but I can't urge you enough. You know this is a darn good knife. You know the quality of the product. You know this is N690 cobalt stainless steel. You know it's Italian made. It's all handcrafted in Italy. I know the family out in Italy. Guys, this is a great product at a great price. All I can tell you, get this in your hands. Get as many as you can. If you buy 2 or 3, give them to your friends, family members, anything that you know is going to protect personal space. If you don't believe in knives, heck, get the trainer. The trainer are great incapacitative devices.
Is legal also in Canada?
Yes. Only reason why is because of this ring feature they consider to be a brass knuckle. And the notch feature, because it opens up as When you put it in your pocket, pops it right open. This is what they consider to be illegal.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Keep fighting.
Thank you.
You will, won't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wish I had this yesterday.